Hi, everybody. This is Nadia Lutz, and we are going to go over the AO scan technology. It's a super exciting device. It's a bioresonance scanner, and it sends frequencies into your body, and then it analyzes against a healthy database, and it decides what's in range and out of range, and then it compares it, and it will spit out a bunch of information, like lots and lots of information. And then it will put in 180-degree sine wave frequencies in to try to cancel out any things that are out of frequency, out of range. So we're just going to go over the scanner and talk about the basics because there is a lot to it. The infinity sign is where you get around. So when you're into different windows, if you click on the infinity sign, it always brings you back to this main page. Up here, this is an actual person, but I changed it to test client to protect the identity for this because it's going to be on YouTube. When you click on it, you have a bunch of different options, right? You can add in supplements and therapies. You can add in pets or animals. You can add in spaces and objects. So you can scan to your house. You can scan to your car. You can scan anywhere you like. You can scan the earth. And then if you want to edit the current client information, you would click on that, and then you would press next. I'll click on it again. You can create a new client. So this is where you add different clients. When you click on create new client, you would put the last name in, first name in, last name, email address where you want the scan sent. That's the only reason we use this email. It's only for that. Male or female, it's what they identify with at that current time. And then you put the weight in, either pounds or kilograms, and then the height in feet, inches, or centimeters, and then the birth date. So that's the bio data that we put in. And then you can upload a photo if you like. You don't have to anymore. When we first got the scanner, we had to put a photo in, but the scans have gotten better and with technology, so we don't have to put a photo in if we don't want to anymore.
Nadia.
Yes.
Oh. Hello?
Daryl, that's boiling over.
Go ahead, Inma.
If you want to put your pet, how do you do it?
Okay, let me show you. So you would click on test client. You would click on pets and animals. You're going to click on the plus sign.
Yeah.
And I'll actually put a real pet in so that we can.
You don't need a surname, our surname, just the name of the pet.
Just a name. And then Allie here is a mixed breed. So I'm going to click on mixed breed, and then I will go down. She is a Bichon.
Yeah.
Mixed with King Cavalier. So I would put both of those in.
If you don't have any of those details, you just don't do it. Yeah.
You don't do that. Yeah. You can just put mixed breed. That's fine because it's up a cat.
I have no idea about my cat.
Yeah. You can just put mixed breed in and that's fine. There it is. King Cavalier. Okay. And then she's a female. She was born in May 2010. And if you know the chip that they have, you can put that in, or you can put a phone number in. It just needs like a 10-digit number.
Okay.
Okay. You can put a photo if you like, and then you press save. And then the pet is there. When we go to vitals, I'll go ahead and show you how to run it from there. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we did that. And then another really important thing up here is there's a question mark, and that will give you a lot of information. So we're in the pet area now. So it talks about everything you need to know. So it's nice that it's right there. Some of them actually have videos that you can refer to. So that's nice. On the three little lines there, if you have internet that is not working as well as in some areas, you may want to go up here and click on reduced animations, and that will make the software run a little bit faster. You can change the language here, which is fabulous. We're excited about that. You can go to, you have 4 different types of background, and alpha 3 passes, or you can just send someone a 3-day pass. If you feel like the software is slowing down, you can always clear cache. And if I do that, I'd have to restart it. So I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. I want to get back. So I'm going to click on the infinity sign.
Thank you.
Okay. why don't we hold questions until after we get done, okay? Because we're going to break out these into mini videos as well. Okay, so we'll start at the top, quick scan. Quick scan is great because it's exactly like it says. You can do morning, midday, and evening, or a custom one. So let's say we wanted to do morning. We would click on morning. We could also click on general. This is after you input your supplements. Then you would click next. You would say your name for 10 seconds. My name is Nadia What? And we're here doing a Zoom talking about the AO and all of its benefits. And it's nice because it has all of this right here, right? So it's one quick thing. It gives you your high note and your low note from the inner voice. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then you have your morning audio. You can just play right here. And then it's going to tell you your top supplements. Since this is a test client, I don't have the supplements ported over. So it just has the stuff from Solix right now. And then if I click finish, then we just go on, right? So quick scan is really nice because it's super quick. And after you've put in your supplements, it'll tell you the top 5 supplements in each category. So it's pretty powerful. The easy scan is a full inner voice scan. It will do it just like that. A mini vital scan with optimization, and then a mini comprehensive scan and optimization. And once again, it'll also do the supplements. So that's another great one. Okay, now the inner voice is pretty powerful. You can click on either of these microphones and you do exactly what I just did. When you click on it, it'll count you down 4, 3, 2, 1, and you say, my name is Nadia Lutz, and you can talk about anything. Lauren has talked about before you do this, the best practices are to think about something that makes you sad, think about something that makes you happy, and then start speaking, because that'll get the full range of motions that you have. It's okay if you don't do that, but that's the best practices. For people and pets that are nonverbal, you can capture anything. It doesn't have to be voice, right? It could be the sound of someone eating, sound of someone drinking, breathing. If a child has tics or something like that, you can capture that. So it doesn't have to be someone speaking. Recently, we got pulse tones. This was the original one, classic tones. It identifies the full range of the frequencies and the notes. And then it will spit out the balancing harmonics here. And you can just have this on in the background. You don't have to have it on earphones if you don't want to, but you can. So I like to have this on while I'm brushing my teeth, getting ready. If you'd like to send reports, then you would just click on reports and send the reports. The reports are actually really nice. So we just got the pulse tones added as well, and I love these. It works on the same thing. You would just do exactly the same recording. It's already recorded. So if you already listen to class, if you could just jump over and listen to pulse, you wouldn't have to do a new recording. And then it has a lot of things you can play with. So it has the beats. Like an AO 1111 would be 1 pause, 1 pause, 1 pause, 1 pause. So it's the beats of the music. You can just play around with what you like on the actual different musics, which is great. We only had one thing before, and now we have lots of options. And then we have the waves. We have sine, sawtooth, square, and triangle. So again, you can play around with that and see how you like it. And then the tempo, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you can choose whether you want it to listen in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they just added continuous, which is really nice. I kind of find that as you're listening to it, you'll just know when you've had enough. So if you're on continuous and you get that feeling like, okay, I'm done, you can just stop listening to it. But this is the difference in the sound of the pulse versus what you just heard. So if I want to hear more of those pulses, I would raise that and I might lower the music. As long as you hear the pulse, you're getting the effect, right? And then to stop it, you would press on the stop sign. So if you notice it's a play button now, I play it, and then it's a stop sign. So you press the same button to play and stop. And again, you can send the reports. The reports identify colored glasses that you can wear while you're watching this. So it also uses chromotherapy, which is a really nice addition. They sell them in the back office, and you can also get colored glasses on Amazon as well.
Excuse me, does people normally watch the pitch as well, or you just listening to the music?
No, you're just listening to the music.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so that was inner voice. Now we'll do vitals. 2 buttons. You press scan, it scans for a minute and a half, and then you press optimize. When that's done, you can click on classic reports if you want, but you don't have to. If you're the type of person that looks at all this red and gets a little panicky, don't even open the reports, right? You don't have to. You're going to get all the benefits just by scanning and optimizing until you get used to it. You get in a routine, and then maybe you open it once a month or something like that. I rarely look at my reports. So I was talking about the sine wave frequencies. This is when you press scan, it's the 2 gray buttons on the right. And after the optimization, it's the 2 white buttons. So we're going to pay attention to the double reds over time. One scan is one scan. It's a little blip in time. Just like blood work, it changes minute to minute. So the first part is food allergies, which is pretty amazing. Keep in mind that just because it's double red, it could mean a number of different things. It could mean that you've had too much of it. It could mean that it causes inflammation in your body. It could actually mean, it's not going to be in the gluten section, but it could actually mean that you need more of it. We'll find that in some of the herbs and spices down below. It could mean that it's a generational thing. I had someone scan and citrus kept coming up double reds. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, I don't even eat citrus, but her great grandfather had a citrus orchard. And they sprayed. So it could be so many different things. But this is where I find under spices that sometimes you actually need these things, right? So when I see chili pepper, I wonder, okay, does that person have MTHFR gene, right? Is that causing inflammation? Or do they need a pepper to kind of help in the gut area, right? It could be a number of different things. So that's where muscle testing comes in handy. That's a whole nother video we have if you need that. But this food sensitivity test right here is amazing. An ALCAT test, which would be comparable to that, is $600. And again, we see on these scans, it changes day to day. So you're paying that money in an ALCAT test, and then it changes the next day. So it's nice to have this information, and you can track it over time. It has the full CBC. I should mention that this is not a medical device. This is not medical information. This is just for educational purposes. The company that does this is amazing, and Lauren is the owner, and he said it's never going to change. He's always going to be updating and doing things, and he's never going to raise the price of the monthly, which is fabulous. That being said, it can never be an FDA approved device, right? Because once you have something, you can't change it at all, or you have to apply again. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, right, to get through. It has our chakras. So you can use this for many, many different reasons, many ways. If you have the terahertz device, you can use it on the chakras. If you have other modalities, it's fabulous. Same with the meridians. I mean, there's so much information, right? We have the digestive function, inflammation, insulin, pancreas, amino acids, more digestive, macro, micro minerals. Here's that genetic factor, the MTHFR. We have the vitamins. Then we have the basic physical things. This person needs some vagus nerve work. We have lots of bones, 3 different categories. We have the cranial nerves, which are my favorite. Cardiocerebrovascular, which is really important right now, given all the viruses that are causing some sticky, sludgy blood. We have some collagen and endocrine, eye health, hormones. So what you do when you go through this immune system is you're looking for pieces of a puzzle, and you're putting them together when you are looking into this. Kidney, liver, gallbladder, goes through all the detox phases, which is fabulous. We have lung, body, reproductive, skin index, thyroid. We have allergies, pollen, and then we have bacterial, fungus, human toxins, heavy metals, molds, parasites. We all have parasites, so don't panic when you see lots of red there. We actually need parasites in our body. And then we have viruses. This person, this is a COVID panel right here. This is what I see. Someone who has COVID, right? You see hepatitis, you see all of these dormant viruses have been reactivated. So that is just one scan, right? That is just the vitals right there. Again, it's 2 buttons, scan and optimize. You don't even have to look at the reports like we just did. But, you know, you wake up and let's say your digestive system hurts, you may want to look at it. Okay, body systems, which I love. It goes and it does every single system, like circulatory is one, connective tissue is one, digestive, endocrine, and they're all separate. And I didn't run this. I should have run it before our meeting. It takes 6.5 minutes, so I can't run it right now. But the report is fabulous because it gives you, there's a little box that gives you the emotions that are tied to the different area. And then it also gives you suggestions of things to do. So it might say, take B supplements or hydration is needed. Sometimes it talks about massage or other things. So I really like running that as a first scan for people. It's a little more digestible than vitals. That can be overwhelming to some people. So we'll click on the infinity sign again. Okay, now comprehensive is another one that is, it's huge. We're not going to go into all of it, but we can run the inner voice. We can run the comprehensive just on inner voice. We could run it just on vitals, or we can do the combined of the two. So sometimes I like to click on combined and see what the computer thinks that we should run. So it's saying we should run head arteries, chromosomes, eyes, full heart, torso, organs, digestive, large liver, large intestine, neck, pancreas, rectum, respiratory, urinary, thyroid. So it identifies it for you. Let's just run one. So it takes a little bit longer, right? So let's just come on up and it identified arteries in the head. So let's just click that and it will be a quick scan since it's just one thing. You press scan and you press optimize. Now, if I just click on reports, it's going to give you a crazy amount of information, right? Here we're looking at the 5-5 is ideal. Red, you're looking at the reds to see where it is, see if there's any consistency. But once again, it's going to be over time, right? It's not just one scan. It's over time plus symptoms. You know, if someone was having symptoms and they felt like they had a lot of brain fog and something like this, you may need to come into this. But most people don't even look at the reports on that. Okay, so to get out of it, I have to go back in this way. And I'll deselect all. I'll go back in here. Now, once you've done some training, you have access to this extended. And I'll just go over that. Someone needs to mute themselves. There you go. Okay, so once you have the extended database, we have allergens up at the top. It is high cause, which means high inflammation, low cause, which means low function. So we're looking at things over 85% for a long time. So corn pollen, you know, we know corn is an issue for everybody. We have bacteria, right? So this is all going to help us do some playlists, and we can talk about that in a minute. So it has some emotions that you can clear. It has some food sensitivities, heavy metals, hormones, tarantula insect bites. So we may want to run like an insect detox. It talks about the miasms, which are inherited diseases. It has mold fungus, and then it has all the organs. So again, we would pay attention to here and up for this, right? 85% of up. Or if we see a consistency going on amongst all the scans, and we'd pay attention to that. We have parasites. So this can really help narrow down your playlists, but it takes a little bit of time to get used to this. But I just wanted to show you what's out there. That it's a crazy amount of information. It's really fun. Okay, so that was comprehensive. Homeoenergetics is a scan that you can run, and it will tell you the top 3 things. So that's another amazing thing. Dental TMJ also opens up once you have the 3 trainings in there, and it's pretty amazing. I think this one was run. I can just show you. So it takes it tooth by tooth. And again, you're paying attention to the double red. And when you show this to a dentist, they're absolutely blown away by this because it's very accurate. But once again, you don't have to look at the reports. Remember, they're optimizing as well, right? So just scanning and optimizing is going to give you a lot of help. Okay, it looks like this one wasn't optimized because it only has the one button. So you have the TMJ as well. And then my favorite area is SEPI, subtle energy frequency and printer. Okay. At the very top, you can imprint something. So let's say I wanted to imprint vitamin D in my water. I could take vitamin D drops in a glass jar and I could put them on the bottom fractal, I don't know, what is that, like a little crooked 11. And I could put my water up against the star at the top, or if it was on a phone, because this is all accessed on any device, right? So it works on your phone, it works on tablets, and it works on computers. So if you had a tablet or a phone, you would just place it on there. And when you press start, it would take the vitamin D and put the frequency of it into your water. And it takes about 20 seconds and then it stops. So that's pretty amazing. You can also, it has an erase function. So let's say you had a fight with someone, you could take your jewelry and you could place it right in front of the fire and you press the start button. It's going to erase all the negative energy out of that. So this came in really handy around the holidays. I was telling on Thanksgiving for those who are in the US. I was like, okay, clear your jewelry. We're going to come back to custom playlist because if I talk about it now, it won't make as much sense, right? So let's go ahead and go through these and then we'll show you how you can put them all together. Quantum reach is everything positive. So I just erased the energy out of my ring. So let's say I wanted to imprint gratitude in it. I could hold my ring up to the fractal image and I could press imprint. And it will put the frequency of whatever I have at the top into my ring or my water or my essential oils or my massage lotion or my glasses or whatever you want. You can also imprint this to the person at the top. So let's just call this person Martha instead of test client, right? Because I just changed their name. So if I wanted to send gratitude to Martha, I would hit broadcast. She doesn't have to be listening to it, but the frequency of gratitude would go to her because she is listed at the top. Okay, so that's quantum reach. All things positive in quantum reach. We'll go back to SEPI. The third one down is quantum frequencies. These are all symptoms, mostly. There are a couple that aren't symptoms. A to Z, it used to be 660. I think they added more, but it's a lot of frequencies, right? So there are a couple that aren't symptoms, like Aura Builder is one of them, but most of them are symptoms. So let's say that someone had a bladder infection. They could click bladder infection, and you could either imprint into water. You could do a 2-minute frequency or continuous, and you could play it to Martha at the top. Now, these don't sound great. I don't know if you heard that. It's grading, right? You don't have to listen to this. So you turn the volume all the way down, and as long as the person is at the top, it's going to that person. The only thing so far we've talked about that you have to listen to get to the benefits is inner voice. There's one other one. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so quantum frequencies, A to Z, all things, all symptoms. We'll go back down to SEPI. Quantum affirmations. These are affirmations, even though the words here don't sound like affirmations, right? Like I don't think of addiction, drugs, and addiction, alcohol as an affirmation. But these are things that you're trying to change a behavior or help in some way. These are actually really, really good. And for the addictions, for food, you can do any of these, right? You don't have to, just because it says alcohol, drugs, and smoking, it could be anything, even odd addictions like eating hair or something like that. It can be any of those. You can run those. We have anxiety, arthritis, mastering stress, self-confidence, weight management is good, wealth prosperity is good. So those are down in SEPI, and those were quantum affirmations. Now, quantum flowers is amazing. We just had the Australian bush flowers to be added to the Bach flowers. So super excited about that. The Bach flowers are listed at the top, and then down here we have the bush flowers. You can click the emotion, and then you can come over here and you can find out which one you want, or you can press scan, and the computer is going to identify which one it thinks might be best for you exactly at that time. Oh, and it's pink flannel flower, just what we spoke about the other night, right? That lovely little flower. So you can read a little bit about it. You can come down here. Oh, it's a pretty image too, isn't it? Oh, and look, it's like a pink flower. It's kind of cool. You can imprint, right? So you could hold it up there. I would turn the volume down. Doesn't sound great. Into something. So you can imprint into jewelry, into water, essential oils, homeopathic pellets, whatever you like. Let's say you didn't really identify to this after you read this. You could come here and you could choose something else in lack of confidence, or you could just choose your own altogether. We're super lucky to have that. So you basically can make your own homeopathic remedies, right? Which is
Sorry, Nadia.
just, yep. Can we wait till afterwards so we can,
Yeah. I'll try to
thank
remember.
you. Okay, so we'll click
Thank
on see. And now we have quantum chakras, right? So we saw on vitals that identified chakras. Right now, throat chakra is out for 99.5% of people, right? We're coming into the holidays, no one's speaking their mind, everyone's like, ah, right? So such a great thing to broadcast to yourself, imprint into your water, gargle with that throat chakra, right? Get everything open up. We can't keep stuffing everything down, right? So it's the same process. You can imprint, you can broadcast. But I love the chakras. Anyone who does any body work, it's pretty amazing to, find the resistance where you see it and then run those. Okay, this is probably my favorite thing right here. Homeopathics, right? We have, does anyone remember the number? 400 and some homeopathic remedies. We have cell salts. We have all the cell salts. We have nosodes, which are just amazing. And not only that, we have symptoms by symptoms, right? So you can come down here and let's say that a child had ADD, ADHD, right? We could click on that. We could look at all of the homeopathic remedies. We could easily just click simultaneous and imprint it into pellets for them, right? Again, it doesn't sound good, so you would turn it down. Or maybe we wanted to just pick the top 3. We could scan and we could see which are the top 3. It'll rearrange this sometimes. I don't know if it did, and it wasn't paying attention. So then you could go ahead and imprint each individual separately. So you could click on individual and you could click this and then you could hit imprint. Then you could click this and hit imprint and then hit this and imprint. So this area is simply amazing that we can make our own homeopathic remedies, our own cell salts. We all need cell salts. If you are not imprinting cell salts, you need to do that. If you muscle test, find out which one you need to do. Almost everyone is deficient because our soil is deficient, right? So we all need cell salts. And nosodes, as we keep seeing those miasms that come up, the nosodes will really help with that. Okay, let's go back to Sephi. You see how I keep clicking on that infinity sign? Now we have energy homeoenergetics. Now all of these frequencies have a lot of frequencies in each listing, right? And they say up to 30 frequencies. So we have anti-stress support, which works really, really well. I've been running a lot of arteriosclerosis plus with all of the viruses that are causing the sludgy blood. People that had a lot of diet sodas, you could run the aspartame plus detox. That's like more chemicals than just aspartame. That's what has the plus in it. Aspergillus plus, so it's airborne molds. We have bacteria detox. We have Baptista, body systems, Camo-C for someone who's sick, Candida, carcinosi detox, which is a miasm for cancer, cerebral detox. So anyone with any neurodegeneration, any ADD, ADHD, you want to make sure to run that. Chemical detox, we all need that, even for living clean. We're kind of living in a chemical society. If you ever see dental issues come up on body systems report, you can run dental detox. Diabetes assist is great. Epstein-Barr for someone who has COVID that's been reactivated. We have E. coli, Giardia amoeba, female endocrine. The immune support here is amazing. Heart Plus, I like to run with that arterial sclerosis that takes care of the whole cerebral cardiovascular, reproductive, herpes. Oh, and I'd add that into hypertension, circulation. Insect detox is really important. We've all been bit by insects, whether they're fleas or flies or bees or spiders. And they carry a lot of pathogens. So even after the pathogens are out of our body, we have that frequency in our body and it stays in there. So when you run insect detox, it gets rid of it. And you'll find that fewer insects are actually attracted to you over time, which is great because mosquitoes used to absolutely love me. Insomnia, lithium, any neuro stuff, I would add lithium plus. Mold, Nerve Easy Plus is fabulous for neurodegeneration. Neuroendocrine, nicotine detox. If you have that MTHFR gene, you should be playing that because the tobacco family is the tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplant. We have pesticide detox, protozoa. So if you're traveling, you may need that. Sciatica support, radiation. If you've had any scans, you've been in airplanes. Well, we all have radiations just even from our computers and cell phones, but especially if you have those. Sinus plus allergy is fabulous. Sleep easy. Psychosis is one of the miasms. Same with syphilinum. Those are great. Trace Minerals Complete is the minerals in your body only accepts what it needs. The Ultimate Emotions is all the Bach flowers. And I don't know if you can see the other two off the screen, the three, but it's vaccination detox, Burma detox, and virus detox. So I love this one. And I always incorporate that. We're going to talk about the custom playlist now. I always incorporate that into my playlist. You can make a playlist out of all of those things that we just saw, right? So let's say we're doing acute pain. I can see how many playlists I have, like a lot of playlists, right? And it just makes it easy. Actually, it doesn't want to let me back up. So let's just stick with ADHD. So I've gone through and I've added all the things that was appropriate for this person, right? Nerve Easy Plus, neuroendocrine support, accelerated learning, neuroaerobics, ultimate emotions, trace minerals complete, cerebral detox. We have some homeopathic remedies, allergy vaccination, concentration, memory. And all you have to do, it's there in your scanner, so you don't have to keep recreating the wheel, right? You just press continuous broadcast, 2 minutes or whatever. You can do it one by one, or you can have them play all at the same time. Again, it sounds terrible, so you would turn your volume down while you're doing that. I can't turn it down now because we're talking. So I absolutely love the custom playlists. And I mean, it's really endless what you can do with these custom playlists. You have chakra ones, constipation, DNA repair. I mean, it's endless what you can do creating these. Okay. Last one in Cephi, last but not least, Cephi dots. I should have brought them, but I don't. They're little dots that you can purchase through the back office. You don't have to, but let's just go with, let's do endurance. Let's say we're sleepy. It will show you where you can put these Cephi dots and you can imprint them with energy endurance. Or let's say you don't know what you need. You can hit scan, and once again, the computer will identify what it thinks you need at this time. So pain, this person might need pain Cephi dots, right? So she could take one of her Cephi dots, she could place it on here, and she could imprint the Cephi dots from pain stuff. And then let's say that she wanted to do more than just this. She could go over here and she could go to custom playlists, and we have that acute pain, right? So we could imprint this whole list into that same Cephi dot, and then you could put it where you want it, right? So and it really works. It works great. And if you have a terahertz device, you put it on and then you charge it. Or if you have a red light device, you put it on and you charge it, and you can magnify the effects and just have it work faster. Okay, last but not least, this is our latest one that's been added, AO MindSync. It's literally mind-blowing. It's affirmations, and you record your own voice. So it's even more powerful, right? When you click on this little down arrow, you have I am, health, prosperity, memory. Let's stick with our memory theme here. When you click record affirmations, you'll have a scrolling list, and you simply have excellent powers of recall. I remember things easily and effortlessly. I have a great memory for numbers. So it goes on and on. You don't have to say all of them, but I just did a few. You can also make your own. Now, what you do is you play what you just recorded. Too fast. I have excellent powers of and you play around so you can hear your voice. I remember things easily. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put your headphones on. This one is important to hear it and have headphones. Okay, this is the only one where you have to have headphones to get the benefit. You put the headphones on. They can be internal or they can be over. Noise cancellation are actually the best, right? Because you get that binaural beat effect. Once you have your headphones on and you play, you're going to play around with this low, medium, and high. So I would have my headphones on. I'd be listening. I have excellent powers of recall. I want to feel it tingling right at the top of my head. If I don't feel it tingling on high, I would go to medium. If I don't hear mid, I would go to low. Whenever you have that tingling on the top of your head, that's where you're going to listen to it. So headphones on while you listen to this. Okay. I think we covered it all. That was like 37 minutes. Impressive. Okay, let's open it up. Questions? Everyone knows everything. Yay. What can I do for diabetes? Okay. What did we see what we can do for diabetes? We could come down here. We saw it a couple of times, right? Anyone remember where we saw stuff for diabetes? We definitely had stuff in quantum homeoenergetics, right? We could come down here. We could go to diabetes assist. You could imprint this or you could add it to a playlist, right? There are lots of different places. Let's go to my my custom playlist, and that'll be quicker for answering it rather than poking around in each thing. So here's diabetes. So candida is a big thing with diabetes, right? Sugar issues. Ultimate emotions, that's all the Bach flowers. Virus detox. Auto intoxication is when your gut is not working at 100% and you are actually intoxicating yourself because you're creating gas, right? It's in there. Your gut is fermenting. And so your body doesn't know the difference whether your gut isn't working properly or you've had a whole bottle of wine every day, right? So that's why that brain fog comes in when your digestive system isn't working. So auto intoxication is nice for any cerebral issues, including diabetes. Biliousness, candidus or thrush, diabetes, diabetic ulcers. These are all quantum frequencies. Digestion, extended organs, goiter, gout, liver enlargement. We have diabetes assist. And the miasm psychosis is associated with diabetes. So you would want to add that one as well. Now, let's say this person, not all of it was ringing true, right? So you could copy this. And I'm just going to put test here so I know I can release it later. Let's say that gut really wasn't a problem and there isn't any candida. We could get rid of that and we could add something else. Right? Let's say that the person was having problems breathing and problems with focus. We could change it, right? So it's nice that you can clone it if you want to and just change something up once you have a playlist. Okay, did I answer that question? Okay. Go ahead and just unmute yourself if you have a question.
Okay, I had a couple of questions.
Great.
Just with the potency of the homeopathics, does it just come out as a 30C or a 200C, or can you?
It comes out at 30C, and then you can do multiple imprints if you want. It's a little different than the actual pellets, right? Because it's not frequency of it. So, but yeah, you can
you.
In our little group, there is a really cool image that talks about the amount of time you have to get 200 CD and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to remember
Great.
to post that again. It's like a little clock format.
Mm.
Do you have another one?
And the other question was if we're doing a scan for someone remotely, so say I'm here and I'm doing a scan for my friend who lives at Virginia Beach
Mhm.
in the States, do we need to do a recording for her? And how do I upload that recording?
Usually what I do is I'll have them leave it. They could leave it on your cell phone. They could leave it on your Facebook Messenger. There's like a little microphone. Wherever they leave it, it doesn't matter, right? So I would have my phone. I would press it on speakerphone and I would press play. So it's as if they're there because the speakerphone is right on there.
Okay, and it's okay to do it that way.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for all of this. It's
You're
going to
welcome.
take some while to integrate, but wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? We don't start with all of this all at once, but I wanted to
Yeah.
give everyone an overview and yeah. Okay. Can some of the custom playlists be shared, like for colds? So as if like, can you take my custom playlist? Is that what you mean, Monica? By shared, or do you mean like what's good for one person or good for the other?
Hi, Nadia. Can you answer me a few questions?
Oh, just, yep, as soon as I finished with this one. Okay, Monica, I'm just going to answer this one, I guess, both ways. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to like take my magic wand and give you all my playlists, if that's what you meant by shared, right? But if you mean by shared, can you run it on the whole family? Absolutely, right? We could come up here, we could go into spaces and objects, click on the plus sign, and let's just say this is the Wilton family. We could put the address, put any other descriptors you want, right? 5 people, 4 people, all their names, whatever, all the everything. And then you would press save, right? Now, when you come back to play this custom playlist, instead of having your name here, you would come here and you would put the whole family. And now when I'm broadcasting to the entire family here. So if that's what you mean by share, yes, you can do it that way. If you mean by share, can I run one for one, one for another? Yes, you can. So you could run one here. I could clone it and change it for this is Martha. I could clone it for Bob. I could clone it for someone else and change it if I needed to change it a little bit. I could open a new tab and have a whole new thing running. So I could have 5 tabs open and I could run playlists for every single person, right? You could only run one scan at a time. So I couldn't be scanning 5 different people, but you can run different playlists. Your internet has to be pretty strong for that. And sometimes it does kick you off because technically we're not supposed to be able to do that, but we can. All right. Did I answer that question, Monica? Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Inma, you're up.
Yeah. The first thing is how long it lasts the imprints when you imprint jewelry. Does it last 2 days or you need to do it often or?
So with the jewelry, it will last until you've had an event, right? If you have a shock, you have a fight, even if you wake up feeling grumpy, you have a nightmare and you're wearing your jewelry, I would erase it and imprint it again. I mean, it's so easy to do, right? It's nice to get into the habit of that because even though, we only think of shocks and events as something that's really big, but there are a lot of little things that happen throughout the day that you don't even realize, right? You're driving along and someone cuts you off and you're like, lots of little tiny things can add up. So it's so easy to do. Just erase and imprint when you think about
and
it.
medication like vitamin B, so
Depends what you are imprinting into. If you're imprinting into an oil or an alcohol solution are going to hold the imprints longer than water. And then water, we have that whole spectrum, right? A mud puddle is not going to hold the frequency long. amazing spring water coming right out of the ground will hold it
Yeah, I
longer. So
remember
it
now
really
you're
varies. I
saying.
can't say 24 hours because it varies on the quality of the water.
Yeah.
But like tinctures, if you look at herbal homeopathics remedies, when they're in an alcohol-based tincture, they last forever, right? And pellets, they last forever as long as they're not sitting next to high EMFs or,
And the pellets as well.
what's that?
The little pellets. Yeah.
The little pellets will last. You just have to take care of them. It's, you have to keep them in a dark place. You don't want them in strong sunlight. You don't want them next to your computer and stuff like that, but they last a very long time.
Okay. Another little question is, sometimes when I'm running my playlist, the sound goes off on my phone. The sound was that means, but the numbers are still running. So I'm worried that it might not be working. Is it working or is
As long
just
as the numbers are running, it's working.
yeah? So the
Yeah.
numbers are the important thing too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, that's cool. And another
Sometimes if
question.
there's a blip in the internet, then you will notice that you might get kicked off.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know if my internet is. The last question is a little bit less than about the diabetes. Diabetes one. Is anybody reporting and good help with the scans about diabetes one?
Yeah. So diabetes, there's also a big emotional component, right? So I would definitely do your inner voice regularly. I would do your mind sync regularly. And then I would look at your body systems report. And I would go through here and I would look for some things that it's telling you to run. And you may need to tweak your playlist a little bit. And then of course you want to do lifestyle changes, right? Because you need
Sorry,
to
the what?
lifestyle changes. You want to clean up your diet. You want,
Oh yeah.
really make some, but no, yeah, it definitely works. I would definitely clear up the emotions because, you have that miasm that's passed down through the generations and that builds over time. And then you have the miasm and the emotions play a big part as well.
It's really difficult. It's for my brother, and he doesn't believe in any of these things. So I can't even tell him. I'm doing some some playlist for him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
difficult because people do have to at least be open to believing, right? If someone is telling their brain it's not going to work, it probably actually
No,
as well
no,
as it.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nadia.
You're
That was
welcome. Anyone else? You guys are an easy group. Anyone have a success story?
I have something to share. Actually, I share this with a lot of people because I was so blown away by it. My son and I were house sitting this past summer, and we just been using the scanner for a few months at that point. And my son came in after doing the lawn, and he'd been stung by a wasp. And then I went out knowing full well I'm going to get stung too. So we both were stung, and I had a salve that I put on, and I thought this is a great opportunity to make a playlist. So we did that. And we just had them running continuously, one for him, one for me, and the next morning I was completely fine. He took about 2 days to be okay, but this to solidify how amazing that was and how quick it was, when the homeowners came back, of course I told them about the wasp nest, and she said, yeah, I got stung about 10 days ago and it's still bothering me. And I just thought, wow, that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
So then I still had kept the playlist, and then through the summer I was working in the garden and I got stung by a bee. Funny, I've never really been stung in my life, and in one summer I stung twice. So I just grabbed the phone and just brought it out to the garden and just had it going while I was gardening. And again, by the next day, I was completely fine.
Wow.
Incredible.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
I would go one step further because when insects bite you, they leave pheromones and they leave markers.
Right.
So what you can also do is, let's say I was bit on my wrist, hold it up and then erase.
Oh,
erase the energy. It's just like another step you can do also, right? You have that right at the top of Seppi, you can erase it.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
try that.
And
That's
then you
good.
could go in and you could do energy clearing as
Okay,
well.
yes.
You'd hold your wrist up and you'd imprint that into your wrist.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, Nadia,
Mhm.
just on the back office training, you mentioned that. How do we access back office training you do 3 back office trainings and then you get the dental
Okay.
access?
Does anyone else have any question about the scanner? I can go into the back office. Okay, let me get over there.
Oh, I have one question. Sorry, the
Okay.
last one. The scans, when you send them to your email,
Hmm?
do they last for a while in your phone, or I
Yeah,
know?
until you delete them.
Uh-huh. So even if you don't have the scan anymore, it will still be there, because sometimes you need to have your scanner.
I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure if you get rid of it, if it goes away or not. It
Uh-huh.
should be okay because I send it to people who don't have the scan and they have it. It should be okay, but I'm not 100% positive on that one.
Okay, thanks.
Does anyone else know? I'm pretty sure it does, but can't be 100%.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
So to get to your back office, it's office2.solexnation.com. And then you'd have to put in your username and password when it tells you to. And then the training is down here on the left. You can go to training courses. And this is all the free training here, this top part, right? You just goes through and it's pretty good. It's just like a little blurb and then you take a quiz and you pass on to the next one. And then Solex University is the paid one, right? So once you've completed basic training, then you can do phase 1, 2, and 3. And then they have Day of Discovery and they have all sorts of other trainings also, but that's where you find it. It's under training. And then there's also some training. Sometimes they'll be scrolling at the top. And now it's filled with Black Friday deals, but sometimes you'll see it here. New trainings pop up here, like learn from the experts. You can click on that and it will take you right to Solex University.
Okay.
That's our
Great.
team right there.
Oh,
So here are the courses that you can take. This one's free, 1, 2, 3. And then there are other ones. I don't know why they're not listed there.
mhm. Great, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other questions or are we done? No? All right. Well, thanks for
I'm going to go to
coming
bed.
What's
I'll
that?
see you tomorrow, guys.
on. Okay.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Later, bye-bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much, Nadia.
You're welcome.
Thank you.